Sometimes we realize that we're not a priority for others. We don't seem to hold a special place in their hearts, and it can make us question our own worth. But today, we're starting a transformation. This isn't about making others love us. It's about becoming the kind of person that everyone wants to be around. We won't change who you are. We'll simply highlight the best parts of you. If you've ever felt ignored or undervalued, this is your moment to shine. We'll explore ways to make sure you are noticed and valued in all your relationships. Let go of feeling invisible. It's time to rewrite your story, one step at a time. Subscribe to the Epic Stoic Journal and join us on this journey from being overlooked to becoming unforgettable. Are you ready to change your life? Let's go. Number 1, spark curiosity. Imagine being a book, not just any book, but one that's got hidden chapters, secret codes, and stories that unravel layer by layer. Doesn't that sound like a book you'd never want to put down? That's exactly how you want to be, mysterious yet inviting, like a puzzle that everyone's itching to solve. Here's where our good old friends from the Stoic Club come into play. Stoicism isn't just about enduring pain or hardship. It's about understanding the depth of our own existence and learning to reveal ourselves in the most intriguing ways. Think Marcus Aurelius, not just a Roman emperor, but a guy who probably would have been the most fascinating person at any dinner party. Why? Because he knew the art of revealing just enough to keep you wanting more. He once said, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." Harmony, my friends, is not about laying all your cards on the table. It's about holding some back and playing them at the right moment. Being mysterious doesn't mean you're hiding or pretending. No, it's about being selectively open. It's like being a master chess player, but instead of chess pieces, you're using stories, experiences, and bits of your life. Each move is calculated, not to manipulate, but to intrigue, to draw people in closer, to make them lean in and think, wow, there's so much more to this person. Seneca, another heavyweight in the Stoic world, would probably say it's about the quality of what you reveal, not the quantity. Pouring out your soul to someone at first meet? That's not it. But sharing a glance into your world, a hint of a smile, or a piece of a story that makes someone go, "Tell me more." Now that's the ticket. Seneca taught us the value of our own presence, and by controlling the flow of what we share, we make our presence a gift that others eagerly await to unwrap. How do you put this into practice? Start small. Share a passion, a dream, or an odd little hobby in bits and pieces. Let each conversation peel away a layer, revealing the vibrant spectrum that you are, stroke by stroke, like a masterpiece in the making. Remember, a true Stoic knows the power of restraint and the allure of the unseen. By embracing this, you become not just someone people meet, but someone they yearn to know deeper. In essence, sparking curiosity is about creating a tapestry of yourself that's rich, layered, and continuously unfolding. It's about embracing the Stoic wisdom of knowing when to speak and what to share, making your life's narrative an enchanting mystery that others can't help but be drawn to. Let's keep them guessing, keep them curious, and in doing so, we become a story they can't wait to read. Number 2, show your worth. Dive into the heart of showing your worth and how Stoicism, that ancient philosophy, teaching the value of inner peace over outer possessions, plays a massive role in this. Imagine Stoicism as this cool, wise friend who's seen it all and has some pretty solid advice on how to stand tall in your own shoes, even when the world seems to be looking the other way. Here's the thing, showing your worth isn't about strutting around with a neon sign that screams, "Look at me, I'm important." No, it's far more subtle and, frankly, more powerful than that. Stoicism teaches us about the importance of knowing yourself, your virtues, your strengths, and yes, even your weaknesses, and then embracing all of it. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher, once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a call to action. What does this mean for you? It means understanding that your worth doesn't come from the likes on your latest post or the number of friends on your social media profiles. Your worth comes from within, from how you act in tough situations, how you treat others, and how you stay true to your principles even when no one's watching. Visualize standing at a crossroads with the world urging you to go right, yet your heart, your intuition, and all that you stand for push you towards the path less traveled on the left. Showing your worth means you strap on your boots and take that left turn, not because it's easy, but because it's right for you. It's about standing firm in your convictions, being the oak tree in a storm, bending perhaps, but never breaking. You might be thinking, but what if I mess up? What if I take that left turn and fall flat on my face? Ah, my friend, this is where Stoicism comes back into play. It reminds us that failure isn't the opposite of worth. Inaction is. Seneca, another Stoic heavyweight, put it beautifully when he said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that things are difficult." So, dare to show your worth, dare to be that good person Marcus Aurelius talked about, and remember, the only approval you truly need is your own. In a world obsessed with external validation, be a stoic warrior. Stand firm in the knowledge of your worth, wear it like armor, and let it shield you from the doubts and negativity that might come your way. Remember, showing your worth isn't a one-time event. It's a journey, a series of choices that you make every single day. And on this journey, keep the words of the Stoics close to your heart. Let them guide you, and watch as the world begins to recognize the incredible person you've always been. Number 3, happiness is key. Get real about happiness for a moment. We live in a world that's constantly selling us the idea that happiness is out there. Just one more purchase, one more achievement, one more swipe away. But let's channel some ancient wisdom here, the kind that's been around since the times of Zeno and Chrysippus, the OGs of Stoicism. They had this radical idea that happiness isn't something you find or buy. It's something you cultivate from within. Mind-blowing, right? Here's the scoop. Happiness, according to Stoicism, is about being in harmony with your inner self, embracing the present moment, and understanding that the only things truly within your control are your thoughts and actions. It's like Marcus Aurelius, that Stoic philosopher who also happened to run the Roman Empire, said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This guy was onto something big. It's not about the cards you're dealt, but how you play your hand. You might be thinking, that sounds great and all, but how do I actually do that? First off, breathe. Seriously, take a deep breath. Recognize that chasing after external validations or material possessions is like running on a treadmill. You might be moving, but you're not getting anywhere. Instead, find joy in the simple things. Maybe it's a cup of coffee in the quiet early morning, the feeling of sunshine on your face, or the laughter of a friend. These moments, these little slices of everyday life, are where true happiness likes to hang out. Here's the kicker. Happiness isn't a destination, it's a practice. It's about making the choice every single day to focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. It's about deciding to be okay with where you are right now, while also knowing that you're capable of creating a brighter tomorrow. Epictetus, another Stoic heavyweight, put it this way: "Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will, then your life will flow well." Sounds freeing, doesn't it? This Stoic approach to happiness isn't about wearing rose-colored glasses and pretending everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging the imperfections, the challenges, and the downright messiness of life, and choosing to find peace and joy amidst all of it. It's about being the calm in the storm, the lighthouse in the dark night. As we journey through this life, strive to embody this Stoic wisdom. Make happiness our key, not by searching for it in distant lands or in the approval of others, but by nurturing it right where we are, in the depths of our own hearts. After all, happiness, true happiness, is a state of being, not having. Let's choose to be happy, and in doing so, let's light up the world around us with that indomitable spirit of joy. Number 4. Know your value. Delving into understanding your value, we're not just talking about the feel-good vibes you get from compliments or achievements. No, we're going deep, like submarine deep, into the ocean of Stoicism, where knowing your value is about as crucial as oxygen. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your feelings and putting on a brave face. It's about recognizing that true value, your core worth, isn't something that fluctuates with the stock market or someone's opinion of you. It's constant, like the North Star guiding sailors home. Remember, folks like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus weren't just shooting the breeze when they talked about self-awareness and resilience. They were onto something big. Picture yourself as a sculptor, with your life, your essence, as the marble. Knowing your value is acknowledging that you're not a random block of stone, but a masterpiece waiting to be revealed. It's about chipping away at the doubts, the fears, and the insecurities, not with harshness, but with the gentle persistence of someone who knows their worth. Stoicism teaches us that our value doesn't come from external accolades or possessions. You won't find it in the latest car, phone, or fashion trend. Nope. Your value is in how you handle life's ups and downs, how you treat others, and most importantly, how you treat yourself. Marcus Aurelius once mused, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In today's language, don't let anyone's negativity or bitterness define you. You know your value. Don't stoop to their level. Let's get practical for a moment. Knowing your value in a Stoic sense means waking up each day and reminding yourself of your virtues, your strengths, and even embracing your weaknesses. It's about setting boundaries, saying no when you need to and yes to opportunities that align with your core. It's choosing not to waste your time on things that drain you, but instead focusing on what builds you up, what makes you, well, you. But what about when you mess up? My friend, that's just part of the process. Stoicism doesn't expect perfection. It advocates for growth. Every stumble, every fall is just an opportunity to learn, to refine your understanding of your value. Epictetus, with his straight-shooting wisdom, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reactions, your choices, they're the real indicators of your value. Know this, your value isn't a number on a scale, a bank account, or even a list of achievements. It's the steadiness of your heart, the resilience of your spirit, and the kindness of your actions. It's living true to yourself, in harmony with your principles, and making choices that reflect your inherent worth. Keep those Stoic teachings close. Let them guide you through the noise and confusion. And remember, in the grand tapestry of life, you are your own most precious thread. Number 5, carve your own path. Let's chat about carving your own path. Yes, that journey you're on, creating a trail in the wilderness of life that's uniquely yours. And what's our trusty compass through this uncharted territory? Stoicism. Surprised? You shouldn't be. Stoicism isn't just ancient wisdom on dusty pages. It's a way of living boldly, authentically, and on your own terms. When we talk about carving your own path, it's easy to conjure images of cutting through dense forests with a machete, metaphorically speaking. But here's where Stoicism flips the script. It teaches us that carving your path isn't about the machete or the forest. It's about the strength and direction of your inner compass. Consider Marcus Aurelius, not just a Roman emperor, but a Stoic philosopher who faced his fair share of forests. He once said, "The obstacle in the path becomes the path." Mind-blowing, right? When you hit a roadblock, that's not the universe saying turn back or give up. No, It's an invitation to carve a new route, to innovate, to grow. Your path isn't predefined. It's created with each step you take, each obstacle you overcome. Carving your own path means recognizing that you're the sculptor of your destiny. Stoicism teaches us about the power of our choices, our responses to life's challenges. It's about taking responsibility for your journey, not as a burden, but as the ultimate freedom. You're not a leaf blown aimlessly by the wind. You're the wind itself, with the power to shape your course. Let's get real for a second. Carving your own path is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage, the kind of courage that comes from knowing yourself, your values, and standing by them, even when it's easier to follow the crowd. Stoicism doesn't promise a path without obstacles, but it does offer the wisdom to see those obstacles as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. And what about when the path gets lonely, when you look around and wonder if you've gone off course because nobody else is nearby? Remember Epictetus, who reminded us that it's not the external validation that defines our journey, but our internal conviction. He said, "If you wish to be a writer, write." In other words, don't wait for the world to acknowledge your path. Validate it through your actions, through your unwavering commitment to your journey. As you carve your own path, arm yourself with Stoicism. Let it remind you that your power lies in your perceptions, your decisions, and your actions. The path may be yours alone to carve, but you're in good company with the likes of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus cheering you on. Carving your own path isn't about reaching a destination. It's about embracing the journey with all its twists and turns, its highs and lows. It's about living true to yourself, guided by the stars of your values and inspired by the stoic courage to walk your own path, no matter where it leads. Number 6, put yourself first. There's a concept that might make some of you squirm, right? It sounds a bit selfish at first blush, but let's dive into the Stoic pool for a moment and see what wisdom we can soak up from those ancient philosophers who were all about living a good life. You see, Stoicism isn't about being stone cold and indifferent. It's about recognizing what's truly within your control and acting with virtue and integrity within that space. And guess what? One of the few things you have absolute control over is how you treat yourself. Marcus Aurelius, that Roman emperor who doubled as a Stoic philosopher, essentially said, "Do everything as if it were the last thing you were doing in your life." Now, if today were your last day, wouldn't you want to spend it treating yourself with kindness, respect, and a dash of priority? Putting yourself first is about respecting your own needs, values, and health. It's acknowledging that you're the captain of your ship, the master of your fate, and if you're running on empty, well, you're not going to be much good to anyone else, are you? It's not selfishness, it's strategic self-care. It's making sure your oxygen mask is firmly placed before assisting others. What this looks like in practice with a Stoic twist. Imagine you're faced with a decision that pits your own well-being against pleasing others. The Stoic approach: reflect on your core values and make the choice that aligns with those values. If you value health, perhaps you'll decide to skip that late-night outing in favor of rest. If you value personal growth, maybe you'll choose to invest in a course rather than agree to yet another commitment that stretches you too thin. Epictetus, another heavyweight in the Stoic ring, tells us it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is a powerful reminder that putting yourself first is also about how you react to life's curveballs. React with self-compassion, with patience, and with the understanding that you're doing your best. Putting yourself first means setting boundaries. It means saying no when something doesn't serve your well-being or align with your values. It means prioritizing your mental and physical health, your peace of mind, and your personal growth. It's about making choices that reflect your worth and your understanding of what truly matters in life. Here's the kicker. When you start putting yourself first, you're not just doing yourself a favor. You become a beacon of self-respect, a model of self-care for those around you. You teach others how to treat you and, by example, how to treat themselves. In the grand Stoic tradition, putting yourself first is not about ego or arrogance. It's about wisdom. It's about recognizing that you can't control the world around you, but you can control how you care for yourself within it. So take that wisdom, wrap it around you like a warm cloak, and step forward with the confidence of someone who knows their worth and treats themselves accordingly. Remember, in the symphony of life, you're not just an instrument, you're the maestro too. Number 7, time is precious. Time, my friend, is the currency of life, and how we spend it truly defines us. It's like we're all given this invisible wallet full of hours, days, and years. And here's the kicker. We can't refill it. Once it's spent, it's gone. Let's sprinkle a bit of Stoic wisdom into this mix. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who were all about living a good life, they had this profound respect for time. They saw it as the most valuable resource we have. Not gold, not diamonds, but time. Imagine Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher, sitting down after a long day of emperor duties. He's jotting down his thoughts, and he writes, "Do not act as if you had 10,000 years to throw away. Death stands at your elbow. Be good for something while you live, and it is in your power." Marcus is not trying to be a downer here. He's reminding us of the urgency of life. Every moment is a chance to do something meaningful, to carve a bit of goodness into the world, or simply to be present in the beautiful mess that is life. Think about how easy it is to get sucked into things that, at the end of the day, don't really matter. Hours lost in the endless scroll on social media, days spent in jobs that don't fulfill us, or even years in relationships that don't bring out the best in us. It's like spending our precious currency on things that don't really enrich us. Stoicism nudges us to be more mindful of how we're spending our time, encouraging us to invest it in what truly matters. How do you make sure you're spending your time wisely? It starts with a bit of introspection. Ask yourself, what brings you joy? What stirs your soul? Is it spending time with loved ones, pursuing a passion, or maybe lending a hand to those in need? Once you've got a handle on what matters to you, it's about making those things a priority. It's saying no to the time wasters, the energy drainers, and the joy stealers. And yes, sometimes it means setting boundaries, perhaps turning down an invite or stepping back from obligations that don't align with your values. But here's the thing, valuing your time isn't about being selfish or aloof. It's the opposite. By cherishing your time, you're able to bring a more present, more engaged, and ultimately happier version of yourself to the world. You become a beacon of light in someone's day, not because you have to, but because you genuinely want to. And in those moments, time becomes timeless. Seneca, another heavyweight in the Stoic world, said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." He's urging us to wake up, to live intentionally, and to remember that every minute spent is a minute we're not getting back. Your time is your life. The moments you choose to live, the people you decide to love, and the passions you pursue are what color your days. Let Stoicism be your guide, reminding you to live not as if you have an endless reservoir of time, but as if every moment is a precious drop of water in the vast desert of existence. Live fully, love deeply, and spend your time on what truly matters. After all, it's the one thing you can never get more of. Number 8, balanced conversations. Picture this. Life as a grand banquet, filled with all sorts of dishes. Some you love, some you're curious about, and others you might not be too keen on trying. Now, think of conversations as part of this feast. Just like how you wouldn't fill your plate with just one type of food, balanced conversations are about variety, giving and taking, listening as much as you speak. It's about creating a rich, fulfilling experience, both for you and the person you're chatting with. The Stoics were all about harmony and balance. They knew the value of listening, understanding, and responding with thoughtfulness. Marcus Aurelius, that Stoic emperor we all admire, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Okay, he might not have said it in those exact words. That was Epictetus. But the sentiment remains incredibly Stoic and is something Marcus Aurelius would nod in agreement with. In the Stoic view, every conversation is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to connect on a deeper level. It's not about dominating the chat or making sure your voice is the loudest. Instead, it's about striking that delicate balance where ideas flow freely and every person feels heard and valued. Think of it as a dance, where both partners move in sync, each contributing to the beauty of the moment. How do you master this dance? First, embrace the Stoic virtue of listening. Listening isn't just about hearing words, it's about truly understanding the other person's perspective. It's about empathy, about seeing the world through their eyes, even if just for a moment. When you listen with intent, you're not just waiting for your turn to speak, you're actively engaging with what's being shared, making the conversation richer and more meaningful. Consider the Stoic practice of measured response. This means not jumping in with your opinion at every turn, but choosing your moments with care. Ask yourself, is what I'm about to say necessary? Is it kind? Will it enrich this conversation, or is it just noise? Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say in a conversation is nothing at all. A thoughtful silence can speak volumes, allowing space for others to express themselves and for you to reflect on what's been shared. But balanced conversations aren't just about listening, they're also about sharing your truth, your insights, and your stories. The key is to share with purpose, to contribute in a way that adds value and depth. It's not about proving a point or winning an argument. It's about sharing a part of yourself in a way that invites connection and mutual respect. A conversation is a two-way street, a give and take. Just like the Stoics believed in the balance between emotion and reason, a balanced conversation requires a harmony between speaking and listening, sharing and receiving. It's about creating a space where everyone involved leaves feeling a bit richer, a bit more connected, and perhaps a bit wiser. When you find yourself in a chat, whether it's with a friend, a colleague, or even a stranger, think of the Stoic banquet. Sample generously from the dishes of dialogue, savor the flavors of different perspectives, and don't forget to contribute your own seasoning to the mix. After all, the best conversations, much like the best meals, are those that are shared. Number 9, keep your cool. A skill that's more valuable than gold in the hustle and bustle of our everyday lives. Picture this. You're in the middle of a situation that's heating up faster than a summer day in the Sahara. Your first instinct might be to fight fire with fire, but here's where we take a page out of the Stoic playbook and choose a different path. Stoicism, our ancient yet incredibly timely guide, teaches us about the power of maintaining our composure. The Stoics, like our pal Marcus Aurelius, weren't about suppressing emotions or pretending everything's okay when it's not. Instead, they were all about recognizing those fiery emotions and then deciding not to let them dictate our actions. Imagine being in the eye of the storm but remaining as calm as a cool breeze. That's Stoic coolness for you. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, basically a diary of his Stoic musings, reminded himself, and now us, that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So when you're on the verge of losing your cool, remember, it's not the chaotic events or the challenging people that control how you feel and react, but your own thoughts and decisions. Keeping your cool, Stoic style is about taking a breath and stepping back mentally, even if you can't physically. It's about asking yourself, will getting angry or upset improve this situation? Or is there a more rational, calm way to address it? More often than not, you'll find that staying cool, collected, and rational not only helps you navigate the situation more effectively, but also saves you from a heap of stress and regret. Here's a little Stoic wisdom from Epictetus that hits right at home. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is your mantra when things are getting heated. It's about recognizing that while you can't control what's happening around you, you're fully in charge of your response. You can choose to respond with patience, understanding, and a level head, turning potentially explosive situations into opportunities for growth and learning. Don't get me wrong, keeping your cool doesn't mean you're a pushover or that you're ignoring your feelings. It's quite the opposite. It's about acknowledging those feelings and then choosing a response that aligns with your values and the person you want to be. It's about not letting a bad moment or a difficult person steal your peace. When you feel your temperature rising, remember the Stoics. Take a deep breath and ask yourself how Marcus, Seneca, or Epictetus would handle the situation. By choosing to keep your cool, you're not just avoiding unnecessary conflict. You're also cultivating a strength and serenity that will carry you through life's storms with grace and wisdom. In a world that often feels like it's spinning out of control, being the person who can keep their cool is like being a lighthouse in a stormy sea. It's not just about making life easier for yourself. It's about being a calm, stabilizing presence for those around you. And that, my friend, is a superpower worth having. Number 10. Know when to walk away. Let's navigate these waters together, like two friends figuring out a maze in the dark, with Stoicism as our guiding light. This isn't about giving up or admitting defeat. It's about recognizing when a path no longer serves our journey towards growth and serenity. Stoicism, our trusty old friend, offers a powerful perspective on this. The Stoics were big on the idea of understanding what's within our control and letting go of what isn't. They taught us to focus our energy not on battling the unchangeable, but on nurturing our inner fortitude. Marcus Aurelius, a name you're probably getting familiar with, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So when we talk about knowing when to walk away, we're really talking about recognizing when our efforts are better spent elsewhere. Imagine you're in a situation that feels like you're trying to climb a mountain with no peak. You're giving it your all, but the path just keeps getting steeper and more treacherous. Stoicism teaches us to pause and assess, is this struggle within my control? Can I change the outcome, or am I sacrificing my peace for a futile cause? Knowing when to walk away is acknowledging that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to choose a different mountain to climb. This isn't just about physical situations or environments, it's about relationships, jobs, habits, and even beliefs that we cling to out of fear, comfort, or obligation. Stoicism nudges us to ask ourselves, are these aspects of my life contributing to my growth and well-being, or are they hindering it? It teaches us that walking away is not a sign of weakness, but a courageous step towards self-respect and authenticity. Seneca, another Stoic heavyweight, offers a nugget of wisdom here. If a situation can be remedied, why feel unhappy? If it cannot be remedied, what is the use of being unhappy? In other words, if you can fix it, fix it. If you can't, let it go. This simple yet profound advice can help us navigate the complexities of knowing when it's time to walk away. It's about evaluating our situations with a clear, rational mind and making decisions that align with our highest good. But how do you know for sure when it's time to walk away? Listen to your inner Stoic. If you find yourself compromising your values, if you're consistently drained of energy, or if you're no longer able to grow or be authentic in a situation, these are all signs it might be time to bid farewell. Walking away, guided by Stoic wisdom, means doing so with your head held high, knowing you're making a choice that honors your well-being, your values, and your journey. It's about stepping away with grace, not out of spite or anger. And remember, walking away isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where you're in control, moving towards a life filled with purpose, peace, and authenticity. As we journey through life with Stoicism as our compass, remember the power of knowing when to walk away. It's a testament to our strength, our courage, and our commitment to living a life true to ourselves. And in doing so, we find the freedom to pursue paths that lead to greater fulfillment, happiness, and peace. Number 11, keep growing. Growth. It's the spice of life, isn't it? And when it comes to growth, the Stoics were like the master gardeners of the soul, cultivating resilience, wisdom, and inner peace. So let's roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty in the garden of self-improvement, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. First off, the Stoics were big on the idea that the only constant in life is change. Marcus Aurelius himself said, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." This isn't just some ancient musing, it's a call to action, reminding us that growth is not just possible, it's the very fabric of existence. Your thoughts, your actions, the very essence of your being are all in a state of perpetual evolution. Embrace it. Embracing growth means more than just acknowledging that change happens. It's about leaning into it, actively seeking out those opportunities to learn, to stretch, and to challenge yourself. It's like setting sail into uncharted waters, not recklessly but with the courage and curiosity of an explorer. You know the horizon might bring storms, but you also know that navigating through them is where you'll find your strength. The Stoics, wise as they were, understood that growth often comes from adversity. Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Think about that for a moment. Every challenge, every obstacle is a chance to build the muscles of your mind. So, when life throws you curveballs, and oh, it will, see them as opportunities to practice patience, resilience, and adaptability. It's like going to the gym for your character. No pain, no gain. But here's the kicker. Growth is not a solo journey. The Stoics might have been all about self-reliance, but they also valued the community and learning from others. Engage with the world around you, listen to different perspectives, and be open to the idea that sometimes the most profound lessons come from the most unexpected places. It's about weaving the wisdom of others into the tapestry of your own life, enriching it in ways you might never have imagined. And don't forget, growth is a lifelong process. It doesn't end when you hit a certain age or achieve a particular goal. Like a garden, your soul needs constant tending. There will be seasons of abundance and seasons of drought, but through it all, the garden grows, evolves, and changes. That's the beauty of it. So keep growing, keep learning, keep pushing the boundaries of what you think is possible, whether it's picking up a new skill, diving into the depths of philosophy, or simply taking the time to reflect on your journey. Every step you take is a step towards becoming the fullest, richest version of yourself. In the grand scheme of things, growth is the essence of life. It's what makes the journey worth it, turning each day into an adventure and each challenge into a lesson. So, as you continue on your path, remember the wisdom of the Stoics and the infinite potential that lies within you. The world is your garden. Cultivate it with care, curiosity, and a hearty dose of Stoic resilience.